biggest name.
A New Year's Eve meeting between two teams looking to establish an identity. The Saskatchewan Rush need to bounce back from a demoralizing collapse against San Diego, while Panther City features some of the best young talent in the NLL. It's Panther City and the Saskatchewan Rush, and it's coming up next. It's the biggest New Year's Eve party in the province. Live from Treaty 6 territory in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan Rush take on Panther City Lacrosse Club. It's Cody James and John Fraser, Sabine Ahmad with you. John, we got to get these glasses. Fans are looking sharp. You as well.
You give me glasses when you walk in on New Year's Eve. It's a party atmosphere. You're darn right I'm ready here to party, and I'm also ready to watch what should be a great matchup. Both teams coming off of losses, looking to reestablish their identity early on in this season. I will have to do with the glasses off, though. These are kind of distracting. Not going to lie to you, Cody.
Saskatchewan obviously looking to avenge that pre-Christmas loss to San Diego in overtime, but it was the collapse that everyone's talking about. They led 10-3 late in quarter number 3, gave up 8 consecutive goals in the fourth quarter, and, you know, they were outscored in general 9-2 in the fourth quarter in overtime. Curtis Dixon with the winner. But if Saskatchewan wants to see success, they're going to have to look towards number 17, Robert Church. 8 goals, 16 points. He's a difference maker.
Oh, absolutely. He's their best righty option for this club. He's a veteran guy, led the team in scoring last year, and to block all those negative thoughts of collapse out of their mind, they got to get Robert Church going often, and they got to get him going early in this one.
Let's go down to the third member of our broadcast team now. Sabine Ahmad caught up with Jimmy Quinlan earlier.
Rush are back at home after a few weeks of a break. After the San Diego loss, they had a bye week and then they had Christmas break, and now they're back at home against Panther City. Coach Quinlan has said that they need to be good for the full 60 minutes. Again, it was 45 minutes of a great game against San Diego, and then it was the last quarter that really took them. This game, Coach Quinlan said the focus is to be good for the full 60 minutes, not 55 minutes, not 50, the full 60, and that's what they plan on doing tonight.
Panther City has one of the best young offenses in the league, and one of the guys who got his first game in against Colorado and impressed, Matt Gauthier, a goal and 4 assists in that one.
Absolutely. Matt Gauthier, this is almost a bit of a home game for the young man, too. He's from St. Albert, Alberta. He played some hockey here for the Weyburn Red Wings, and he was the 9th overall pick in the 2022 draft, picked by some to be the NLL's Rookie of the Year, and had a great debut, as you alluded to, Cody. 5 points. I'm really interested to see what he can do tonight.
Only game in the NLL tonight. It's the biggest party in Saskatchewan for New Year's Eve. The Rush and Panther City Lacrosse Club coming up next. The National Lacrosse League, presented by Alterna Savings Credit Union. Visit alterna.ca to discover the credit union difference. By NLLstore.ca, a Fanatics experience, officially licensed everything. And by Guaranteed Rate. Now more than ever, you need the best.
Taking a look at Damoud's stats so far this year, 2-1 with an 8.75 goals against average. Alex Bouquet starting for the Rush. He's 1-1, also an identical 8.75 with an 8.12 save percentage. as we're just getting ready to go here at SaskTel Center. Fans are all jacked up, and we're getting ready for the opening face-off. It's going to start off with a win by Panther City Lacrosse Cup. Moving back into the corner, former Rush player Matt Hosick up to Tony Malcolm. Malcolm now finds his man up top as Panther City takes the first possession here. Malcolm now goes back to the far side. Wedrinruck, he's coming on now. Back to Malcolm, he's on the near side, right near the Play Now logo. Malcolm again looking up top, starting to run out of time to run something here. First shot, the rookie sensation John Donville. His shot blocked, and we've got the first Rush possession of the season.
Rush offense, gonna work it through Marshall Powless. Marty Dinsdale's up top. Robert Church now the ball handler. He'll get a pick from Littner. Littner steps into one. Damoud's got his first save. The outlet pass. We'll see if Panther City wants to run in transition. They've got numbers. A backdoor feed ends up over the head and into the corner where Kyle Rubish picks it up. Ryan Keenan now 15 points against Panther City in 3 games last season. Cummings forces the turnover. Now he's got the loose ball. Panther City hands it off to Will Malcolm up top. 16 points this season for the youngster. Wayne Grenia, the Alberta product. Far side of the floor. It's a low one on Bouquet. He's going to make that save and throw the rebound up.
Nice save there by Bouquet, get him going early. Good to see that he's in control because he got pulled in that last game against San Diego, Cody. So we got the first penalty coming up here on this contest. That dangerous Rush power play, Cody, going to be going to work. They're 88% so far on the year. Liam Patton, the Barrie product, off to the box for an illegal cross-check.
Saskatchewan's power play, 88% so far this season. Mark Matthews will steer the ship up top. Robert Church is with him. Matthews steps into one, stopped by Damoud. Rebounds on the floor, and Panther City's got a break. Hosick throws this one up. Tony Malcolm in transition, stopped by Bouquet.
Great to see Alex Bouquet. Couple big in-control saves by Alex Bouquet early on in this one.
Saskatchewan's power play still has a $137 on it. Lefty strong look. Keenan for Church. Matthews up top. Over to Keenan. Quick stick attempt. Stopped by Damoud. Rebound. Scores! Pound your chest, Saskatchewan. Dan Littner opens the scoring.
We were talking pregame about guys that could have a big game. Some of the fans we were talking to were picking Dan Littner. He was a little bit quiet against San Diego, but here in Saskatchewan, he's been doing great things. This one coming on the power play, just Johnny on the spot. Damoud makes a great save coming across against that dangerous Rush power play. Littner is sitting there, he's waiting, and he buries behind him the quick stick, the good hands, and everybody has something to celebrate early on in this one on New Year's Eve, Cody.
Well, we talked about them needing to draw more penalties in the pregame show, and just doing that is Saskatchewan early, and 3 minutes and 15 seconds in, they've got a 1-0 lead over Fort Worth.
They've got a little bit of vinegar in them tonight, Cody. You can tell they're going to the net hard and with ill intent.
Jonathan Donville now, the 2021 first overall pick in the National League draft. They'll run it through the righties. Now a penalty's up coming to Saskatchewan. Rubish is up top, won't get in the way of that. Bouquet makes the save, and Saskatchewan now gets to test out their penalty kill.
Yeah, Connor McClellan was playing a little too aggressive on Jonathan Donville. Got the hand in on the stick, and it went flying. And I can tell you, this wasn't one of those that Donville let it go. It was pretty cut and dry call here for our officiating crew in this one, Cody.
Panther City's power play 53% on the season, getting their first look. Donville's going to be up top. Malcolm is going to be on that righty shooter spot. Caputo down low. Look for him to open some space and maybe get a quick stick in it as well. Malcolm's got 16 points on the season. Takes the feed from Donville. Room to shoot. A little dish off when Grenier takes it and Rubish blocks it. That one's going to leave a welt.
Yeah, Rubish looks a little shaken up here on that one. It looks like it got him underneath. It got him right in the stomach.
Bouncer goes wide, and this one's going to bounce down as we get to some scratches for Saskatchewan. No Ryan Dilkson this game. He's out. Mike Mallory comes in. Isaac Enju comes in for his NLL debut. Jeremy Searle pulls out.
It was great this morning at shoot-around when Jimmy Quinlan announced that Enju's getting his first career game. The boys were pumped up for him. He was excited. Looking forward to see what he can do here.
We'll get to Panther City scratches in a second, but with 4 on the floor, Saskatchewan hands it for Dinsdale. 8 to shoot. Fadeaway scores! Marty Dinsdale on the run. Double it up. It's 2-0.
So already both rush goal scorers are guys that were a little quiet against San Diego in the collapse last week. Marty Dinsdale, Dan Littner, game 1, looked completely unstoppable. Not the case last week. Looks like we're getting the best out of both of them here. Marty just hesitates, picks the far side, top corner. That's what you want to see from the veteran guy. You're looking right now, Robert Church and Marty Dinsdale admiring that one, having a little chuckle as they know that Marty still got it.
Smiles all around, but they still have 65 seconds left to kill. Messenger with the face-off win, takes a stick off the chops, wants to run it himself, backdoor feed, gets bounced wide.
Now that's one thing I'm going to be watching a lot here, Cody, is the Panther City Lacrosse Club is without Tyler Burton. He's their primary face-off guy. He's been pretty good this year. Mike Messenger's been really good this year, 58% at the dot.
Dinsdale down for Littner, the 2 goal scorers on the floor. 3 righties out there for Saskatchewan. Mark Matthews now has a feed go over his head, and it's 2-0 Saskatchewan. 9:51 left to go in quarter number 1. Saskatchewan, the rush up 2-0 on Panther City. Don't miss Joe Rezateritz in the wings as they travel to Vegas to face Rob Hellier and the Desert Dogs on Friday, January 6th, all on ESPN News, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Great start so far for the Rush here, Cody. Especially when you're coming off a collapse like that. You know that was in the back of everybody's minds. We were talking about it pre-game. They've come out, nice 2-0 start here with the home crowd behind them.
Panther City still on the power play for the next 25 seconds. Donville handles up top. Malcolm's on his right when Grenier out there down low. Malcolm now up top, the swing. Dodge shot got deflected. 12 to shoot. Still on the power play. Time to drop another play here. Donville, little flip. Dodson tight. Shot got blocked by Beers. Back over to Malcolm again. Tries to go short side. Kicked out by Bouquet. McClellan out of the box. Back to even strength in Saskatchewan. Dinsdale had the shorty. Brought us to 2-0. Donville for Malcolm. Thought about driving low on Messenger. Push back. Throws one far side. Dawes is going to have to walk it in. Malcolm now 5-hole attempt. Bouquet closes the wickets, and in transition, Clellan's got fresh legs. Up there with him is Garland. Connor McClellan holding Garland. Stopped by Damoud. McClellan on the rebound. Scores! Connor McClellan in his sophomore season buries it, and Saskatchewan's up by a field goal.
First goal of the year for Connor McClellan. and it comes in a big time, right out of the box. You could see he had fresh legs. He looked faster than everybody, and that was one thing you and I were talking about pregame, Cody, was the Rush getting more from their transition offense, and here they just worked that perfectly. McClellan finds a loose ball after another great save by Nick Damoud. This 3-0 hole that his team is in has nothing to do with the goaltender. He's made several great saves, but the Rush just getting those loose balls quicker, getting on it fast, and getting their rebound chances.
Medeiros has that loose ball off the face-off. Brooker Muir taking face-offs for Panther City in this one. Donville now is a one-on-one with Smith. Donville drives, pushed out by the Manitoba Blizz alumni. Will Malcolm awaits. 8 goals on the season for him. Driving Donville, Bouquet's got a spin, and it's somewhere in his feet.
I love watching Jarrett Smith play, the Winnipeg product. I told this story last week, but it still makes me laugh that when they signed him, they didn't even have a headshot of the guy. And here he is, taking on one of Panther City's most dangerous weapons.
Marty Dinsdale. Give and go with Robert Church. Mark Matthews driving short side, one-arm flip. Keenan deflects it. It's down to Matronik. Behind the net, Matthews awaits. Dinsdale's there as well. Mark Matthews now stripped of the ball by Liam Patton. Still on the ground, and a good defensive set for Panther City. Holds off Saskatchewan.
Patton pushing Matthews back into that corner, buying some time for the shot clock violation. Great defensive play there by him, knocking it out of Mark Matthews and creating that confusion.
You know, that's the defense Steve Toll and company want to drop for Panther City as they'll run it through an outside look when Greniuk whips it high over the cage with Bouquet standing there.
A lot of local guys for this Panther City team. And by local, I mean playing in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League, which plays right here in Saskatoon. You got a handful of them. So a bit of a homecoming for a bunch of these guys tonight. Be interested to see how they play, I assume, in front of friends and family.
Dan Lintner now to the middle, over to Brian Keenan. Couple of assists already for him in this contest. Keenan, high shot. Damoud got it with the left arm. Palace has the rebound, fresh 30 clock. Robert Church, one-on-one, spin move around Cummings. Church has room to shoot, doesn't really have any angle though. Palace behind the back, stopped by Damoud. Rebounds out there, Palace pushed off, and Matronik can't come down with it.
Another great skill play by Marshall Powless. Love watching the kid get to show off his skills. Had a great behind-the-back goal here in his opening game in Saskatoon, and another high-skill play going behind the back there.
6 apples for Palace this season. Donville with the ball has 10. Will Malcolm out of the corner. They'll run it through. Gauthier, little flip, and Malcolm gets run into. Pick got set, and Gauthier catches a turf monster. Still makes a pass. Grennan's inside. Shot got deflected.
Not the set that Matt Gauthier wanted to have. We highlighted him pregame, expecting him to do a lot of good things. Still lots of time here to lead his team out of a 3-0 hole, but the Panther City offense looking a little disjointed early on, Cody.
Pass intended for Robert Church in the slot. Got knocked away, and now we'll see if Panther City can drop some offense. Caputo runs it down. Has Malcolm, and he'll give it right back to Caputo. President's Cup champ with Ladner. Malcolm, Caputo. They'll run it through Donville. Takes the Anthony Hende up top. Walks into one, and it's just wide. When Greniuk down with it. Pass over to Donville. Twister on goal. Bouquet with the save, but the rebound. Panther City's been all over it. Kind of like how their coach, Tracy Koluski, played. Through the righties again. No Ryan Dilks for Saskatchewan in this one. You've got Enju and Mallory stepping into the lineup. Searle and Dilks are out. Malcolm around Rubish. Pass got knocked down by Connor McClelland, but now a call's coming. One ref wants a penalty. The other's saying it's a push. And I think the refs are going to discuss this, but potentially Saskatchewan, well, more than likely, Saskatchewan could be heading to the sin bin.
Yeah, when your crew chief has it on his arm, you kind of have a sense of what's coming. Calling a legal body check here on Matt Beers. He's not happy with it, but you watch here. This, again, is a point of emphasis. We watched it a bunch in our preseason videos here, that any kind of contact that's a little excessive, they are going to call it this year, especially when it's up a little high. So Matt Beers will sit for 2 or less.
Panther City is 0 for 1 on the power play. Dodd's in tight, peels some paint off the crossbar. Malcolm, a fake shot when Greniak's there as well. Malcolm the back pedal, Caputo's in tight, bouncer behind Bouquet, and he gets it with the spinning heel.
The old spin move like you saw in The Office.
Malcolm now in tight, Dodd stopped by Bouquet again. Save number 12 for him in this contest.
Alex Bouquet, coming into the season, we saw a 1A, 1B situation betwixt him and Eric Penny. Bouquet is slowly starting to take over the net, and he's showing that he wants this job based on his performance tonight. He's really, to me, putting himself ahead of Eric Penny early on here.
4:19 left to go in quarter number 1. Bouquet's been great. Saskatchewan's got 3. Panther City still on the power play when we return.
My New Year's resolution is to eat more vegetables.
I think that could probably go for anybody, Cody, but I mean, I'm the one that's always telling my kids they got to eat their veggies, and I think I could do the same, set a better example, little less pizza, little less air fryer, little less sweet. So I'm with Mr. Caputo on that one.
Well, he's doing something right. He's got both game winners for Panther City this season. Dodd's in tight, and that one won't find its way behind Bouquet. They're still on the power play for another 58 seconds. Will Malcolm Donville wants to step into one. He's got 1 goal this season, 10 apples though. Sees the floor well, as TK told us beforehand. Caputo, quick stick scores. Panther City's on the board.
He must have ate his vegetables today, Cody. Tell you what, Phil Caputo finally executes here for this Panther City power play. They've had their chances early on, just haven't been able to get anything really established until this set. So it's the luck of the New Year's resolution here. Getting a little broadcaster boost here is Phil Caputo. Just a simple quick stick, puts it betwixt the pantaloons there of Alex Bouquet, and now converting on the power play. Their first power play goal, lots of chances. The Rush are gonna have to clean up this penalty stuff because that power play's starting to look established here, Cody.
And you saw it was McClellan playing that low crease spot. That's normally where Matt Beers would be playing his offside, but he was obviously in the penalty box, unable to cover Caputo.
Well, and already without Ryan Dilks, the penalty kill's looking a little different here. So a lot of variations there, which led to the confusion, and Phil Caputo being all alone.
And for those wondering, Kyle Rubish is wearing the C tonight. Donville drives. He'll throw it out. Panther City looking to build some momentum. Spin move. Granite looked to load. Mike Mallory was all over him, holding Garland in there as well. Isaac Anjou making his NLL debut. Thunder up. The youngster getting in the lineup after missing the first couple of games. Robert Church, his WLA teammate during the Mann Cup, and a pick got called on Littner. He's not happy about it, but here goes Panther City back in transition with numbers when Greniak's in tight and he's stopped.
Another huge save, Alex Bouquet.
Tracy Koloski told us this morning Cameron Greniak has surprised him the most on offense. He says he not only has the tools to be an elite offensive player in this league, an elite superstar. He's got that much in his bag. When Greniak now towards the net and he scores. Drives through 2 defenders, puts it behind Bouquet, and the lead's down to 1.
Gave him a chance to get back in it with a power play goal, and Panther City, after the commercial break, got it all figured out. How many times did we watch when Greniak do this in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League? You and I have both watched a lot of that league, called games in that league, and it's nice to see you guys getting the skill. But I almost wonder, after getting a look here in-house at the overhead, I see Jimmy Quinlan reaching into the pocket of tonight's brown sport coat. It doesn't look like he's going to throw the challenge flag there, so it's a good goal. And down to 1 goal lead here for the home team.
Quinlan coached when Greniak this summer with the Miners Lacrosse Club, the hosts of the 2022 President's Cup. Loose ball down there. Bobby Kidd III rocking the bright neon shoes. Battles for the loose knee. Panther City comes out with it, down by 1, 2:12 to go in quarter number 1. Granite has a double team. He's going to run through the corner. Boudreau and McClellan, McClellan tries to cut him off. Beers is in there now, and the ball ends up on the turf. Bodies are flying, and Saskatchewan's going to get possession, but they got to be careful here. And it looks like Panther City could be getting one.
Yeah, it does look like, I believe it might be for a dive here. I'm just waiting to see the call. Because to me, it looked like Saskatchewan was going back to the box.
Panther City number 28, a 2-minute minor delay of game.
The delay of game call as he had fallen on the ball when he was knocked down, waiting for the call, didn't get up in a timely fashion, hence the call. So back the lethal Saskatchewan rush power play going back to work.
Church with Matthews. It's a lefty strong look. Ball ends up out of play, and you get a quick reset. Marshall Palace will play that low lefty position. Great at moving the ball. He's also a threat with the quick stick. Matthews down to Palace. Quick stick stopped by Damoud.
That, to me, has been a big change last year to this year, and why this power play has been so good has been the growth of Marshall Palace.
And now Keenan forces a turnover. It's a 4-on-3, and Church is stopped by Damoud. Ball's going to roll up top to Mark Matthews. 23 on the shot clock. Robert Church, we'll see if he can get going here. Lintner has the power play marker that opened the scoring. Matthews on the back pedal. Palace behind the back. Over to Lintner. Damoud knew he was over there and ready. Ball on the ground. Robert Church with 5 to shoot. Throws it through Damoud. It was in the crease for a second. Robert Church has had Matt Hossack in his back pocket every time he's touched the ball. That's why we haven't seen a lot of Robert Church. Matt Hossack, the Port Perry native, former member of the Saskatchewan Rush, who they lost in the expansion draft. And to me, he was a massive piece they lost. He so far has been able to shut down Robert Church. Well, Malcolm, the Jacksonville alumni. For Caputo, Bouquet's got it, and he'll hold still until he gets a whistle.
And Bouquet holding on for that extra second has set it up that they might be able to get a 6-on-4 here as the shot clock and the game clock are almost identical right now, Cody.
They'll go 5-on-4 and keep Bouquet in the net. Matthews has Church wheeling up top, and it's off the post. Matthews has to get back. They could get one more chance here. 5 on the clock and left in the corner. Back for Lintner. Quick stick robbed by Damoud. What a finish. Nick Damoud shows up sharp late. Saskatchewan holds a 3-2 lead in Saskatchewan. 15 down, 45 to go. Don't go anywhere. Panther City's made it a game. Cameron Greniuk has the latest.
Welcome back to Co-op Field here at SaskTel Center, where both teams are now on the board. And, you know, I had a chance to speak with Holden Garland today after shoot-around this morning, and he talked about how the team played great for 45 minutes against San Diego before falling apart for the last 15. They were determined to play hard this game, and it looks like they may be falling apart heading into the next quarter with already Panther City hitting 2 points.
Thanks a lot, Sabine. It's almost like a mini replay of that fourth quarter and that first quarter, Cody. Tell you what, they started so strong, they looked so dominant, and next thing you know, Panther City's got a 2-goal run, and they're right back in this. So I'm not throwing the collapse word out there again, but I don't think that was a complete quarter by the Saskatchewan Rush at all, while Panther City just seemed to get better and better and better as the quarter went on.
It's a game of runs, and the way Alex Bouquet started, Panther City could be leading this game. Bouquet's made 14 saves, and a lot of them of the very fashionable kind, as Muir and Mike Messenger will meet at the dot one more time here to start quarter number 2. Panther City shorthanded for the next couple of seconds as McClellan will pick up the loose ball off the draw.
And give Muir all the credit in the world here.
Messenger in transition, down low. Church tries to tuck it high, and he's stopped by Damoud.
Muir hadn't taken a face-off this entire season. Messenger's one of the best in the league so far early on, and he's 5 out of 7 so far in this game for Muir.
Will Malcolm out of the corner, leading Panther City in points. Coming into the game, we'll see if they can get him rolling. Jonathan Donville, the righty. Up top, he's got Patrick Dotz. Down to Donville and tight. Stopped by Bouquet.
Bouquet barely got his left hand on that. That looks signed for the back of the net.
Matthews in transition, stopped by Daymud, and he wants to push the pace as well. Both of these teams, you talk about Tracy Kelusky, Jimmy Quinlan, they want to play with speed. They're not here to wait around. Will Malcolm now, one-on-one. Bobby Kidd III pushes him out. Out of the corner, they'll run it through Granite Donville. In the middle, it's off the post and it's in. A bouncer gets behind Alex Bouquet and it's Matt Gauthier.
How Gauthier manages to hold on to that ball and get the shot off is just incredibly impressive. He had a man all over his backside as he picks it up in tight on Alex Bouquet. He's got 3 rush defenders all around him, finds the far side with that bouncing shot, and again, right at around glove level, similar to that dodge shot, Cody, that almost beat Bouquet. Seems like Panther City's found out where to go and have now tied up this contest.
Gauthier with his 2nd of the season. He's the real deal. There's a reason why teams were thinking about scooping him up before Panther City got him in this most recent draft, because he's an impact player from the get-go. Cameron Greniak now spins out. Back to level ground here. Will Malcolm room to shoot. Whips it wide, rebound in front as Beers ends up throwing his man Caputo into the crease. The 2 Ladner Pioneers over summer. I saw Chris Hackle in attendance as well. So the Pios well represented after their Prezi championship in Edmonton this summer. Dan Littner now out of the corner, tries to go far side, whips it wide. They gave him a shot clock reset as well, so Keenan will pull it back with Mark Matthews awaiting up top. Ryan Keenan, little spin move down low. Couple of assists for him already in this game. Palace is up top, room to shoot. Daymud with the save, rebound. What a save, send it to Sports Center. Nicky Daymud, what a stop.
Are you kidding me? I don't think I've seen anybody make a save like that, even playing in a backyard when you're trying something like that. Unbelievable.
That might be the save of the season, and we're not even into 2023 yet. Here goes Malcolm, the drive, the shot, and Bouquet sitting on it, and it won't roll across as Holden Garland was there.
Holden Garland comes up with the save after Bouquet couldn't quite squeeze it, but that Daymud save, I can't get over that. That was so good. Just crazy. Like, I can't think of a term to use for it, Cody.
Robert Church now. Dinsdale sets the pick. Matthews towards the middle. A couple of sticks on the ground. Palace in tight, and he scores!
Oh, what
Marshall Palace, top shelf, where Grandma keeps the good stuff, and Saskatchewan's back up 4-3.
Right when Nick Daymud tries to take over this game, Marshall Palace finds a spot that I don't even think was there. I thought Daymud had this covered. Thinking to myself, there's no way Marshall Palace can get this goal. Just buries it in tight. The speed and the accuracy with next to no windup. Like that, he's off his back foot there. Puts it over the shoulder and into the net. A great skill play by Marshall Palace after, again, Daymud had kind of taken over this contest.
I think there's 5 players in this league maybe that can make that pass Matthews did as well.
Oh, yeah, let's not
drag 2
that.
defenders and go. Panther City will run it through. Gauthier's there. He's got their latest. Caputo around Enju. Rubish gets picked. Caputo on the quick stick off the backboard. Stopped by Bouquet, and Beers has the loose ball.
You're starting to see this a little bit, especially with Ryan Dilks out, that Panther City shooting and just crashing the net.
Matthews caught that pass between a couple of defenders. Trying to go low stick side on Daymud, but he kicks it out. We'll see if Panther City wants to set. Donville wants to rip instead, and Boudreau is not going to catch up to this one for a break. 12 on the shot clock. He's probably going to have to find an outlet, and that arrives in Jarrett Smith. Scored his first NLL goal down in San Diego in week number 2. Austin Madronik as well. 1 career goal to his name as a Harvard product. Beat Frank Scigliano down at Pechanga Arena. Ryan Keenan circles up top to the net and he scores. Ryan Keenan, you couldn't walk that one in any better. Picks the top corner, Rush lead by 2.
Nate Wade, the defender there for Panther City, looks skyward the second that Ryan Keenan turned on the Jets and got around him. He knew he was beat. What a great speed move here by Keenan. Just beats his man, beats the cross check, and puts it past Nick Damuth. That's a hard shot to stop. A little mini breakaway almost there for Ryan Keenan as Nate Wade got beat by the speed of the young Mr. Keenan.
Keenan up to 3 points now in this game. He averaged 5 a game against Panther City last year, so it really shouldn't come as a surprise.
And a guy that you said before the game that if Ryan Keenan can get going in this one, that's going to be huge for the Saskatchewan Rush. And so far, so good for your prediction, Mr. Cody Jansen.
Dinsdale throws it in tight for Keenan. He's going to have to run on it. They'll say he didn't go through the crease, so I thought he might have touched up on it. He's got it behind the net. Dunk attempt. Damuth's looking in front of him. And that's where the ball ends up. I know he had a couple of words for Keenan as they run off the floor. Caputo will settle it down. Malcolm out there as well. When Greniak setting picks, nothing but room in the slot, and BK3 knocks him off the ball. Now Saskatchewan's got 4 in transition. Kin to third. Mallory out in front. Dinsdale whips it wide. A great opportunity for Saskatchewan to extend their lead, but Damuth took away every angle Marty Dinsdale might have had. Damuth, look at this. You could be seeing this for years to come. Incredible stuff in Saskatoon. Alterna Savings Credit Union is proud to partner with the National Lacrosse League. Visit Alterna.ca to discover the credit union difference.
You ever wonder how a coach prepares for a game, Cody? Well, I found that out myself this afternoon. We're all hanging out at the team hotel, and I can tell you that head coach Jimmy Quinlan of the Saskatchewan Rush, how does he prepare? Goes for a little swim with his family. Had the kids going down the water slide. Meanwhile, you're looking at Tracy Kaluski right now. This Panther City team, if you were to look back at the way that he played lacrosse, they're all kind of playing like him. Hard-nosed, coming at you, and getting the offensive chances here. As we take a look, Jimmy Quinlan, who should I also mention, apparently swimming's the key to his 5-1 start in his NLL career as a head coach.
Patrick Dotz, the Victoria Shamrock, throws it around the horn when Greniak keeps it hot. Malcolm on the back pedal. Donville in the middle just shovels it out. Back to Caputo. Low one goes off the glass, and it's picked up by Mike Messenger.
Again, you're just watching every miss. All these Panther City players crashing towards the goal. Look for those loose balls.
Keenan now in tight, and that shot got deflected, but he's feeling it and attacking the cage. Tony Malcolm thought about running it as well, but Donville, goal and 10 assists coming into this contest, has Malcolm up top. Panther City had a strong second half of the first quarter. Now in the second quarter, well, we're creeping up on that midway mark. Bouquet, left arm got in the way. Loose ball scooped by Boudreau, and him and Jarrett Smith can run.
I like the play by the rookie Enju right there. Saw his man up top. He blocked him out from getting that loose ball, allowed the Rush to counterattack in transition.
Enju and Mallory both making their season debuts. Enju making his league debut.
And has not looked out of place one bit, Cody.
Church wants to drive on Muir. Pass up top for Matthews. It's off of his stick and down. And now Panther City might have a break. Garland's the late man off the bench. Back to Caputo. Stumped by Bouquet.
Great save, Alex Bouquet. He'd been beat a couple times. Nice to see him kind of get that confidence back a little bit with a big highlight save.
Barrie product, Liam Patton. You know, there's a couple of Barrie minor lacrosse fans tuning into this one. Ryan Keenan out of the corner, looking for his second of the night. Pass knocked down, still finds its way to Robert Church. Defender all over him, draws a call. Church still with it. Back from Madronik on the backhand, just sails over the cage, and the Rush are going to the power play.
That time it was Robert Church. We talked about drawing more penalties before this, that the Rush need to get a little angrier, and Patton doesn't like the call, but anytime you end up in a position where your arm is around the guy.
Forward penalty number 12, 2 minutes holding.
Anytime your arm ends up like you're giving him a hug, like one of those when you see your buddy, you're coming up behind him, giving him a squeeze, he doesn't know you're there, you're probably going to get called for a hold on that one. And that's exactly what happened there.
Rush power play, 1 for 2 so far this game. Robert Church in tight, make it 2 for 3.
That's the first time that Robert Church has really had a clean look, and of course it comes on this deadly power play. Up until this, Matt Hosick had been Robert Church's best friend. I know they got along when they played together here in Saskatchewan, but he finally gets some space away from Hosick. Nice little pass there by Mark Matthews. The old give and go. Church gets it. Quick hands, quick release, quick move towards the net. And Bobby Church has his first one of the evening. And you can tell by that smile we're seeing on the bench, he's glad that to get away from Matt Hosick for a couple seconds.
The power play was 88% coming into this contest. They're 2 for 3 so far, as Jarrett Smith got a little bit of a feed on the back. Will Malcolm is there.
So I do math in my real job, and I get to 2 for 3, and their percentage has gotten down so far, Cody.
Not a math guy. Mark Matthews takes the feed from Pallas and a pick. Matthews, swim move, right hand, one arms it. Over to Madronik, Dinsdale trying to set a seal, and Madronik all sorts of tangled up as the shot clock expires.
I don't think Madronik knew that he was close to expiration time. He didn't even try to put that on the net of Nick Damoud.
Shots are 24-21 in favor of Saskatchewan with 6:45 left to go in quarter number 2. Malcolm. The lefties want to look. Grennan fires. Chicken wing stopped by 0-0. When Greniak has the loose ball. Fresh clock for them to play with. Caputo as Don's awaiting. Grennan's there. Kind to third will defend. Now it's Dons. Holden Garland steps out on him. Grennan fires, blocked by Beers. Garland takes a hard pick in the back. No call coming, and Bouquet, somehow that stayed out.
That had some English on it coming off of Bouquet. It seemed to spin up and away from the net as we were all looking at Holden Garland, and believe we're going to get a timeout here as he's a little shaken up. That's not what you want to see here for a Rush team already down Ryan Dilks. And the reason we're seeing a stoppage as well is we're going to get a challenge here to see if that crossed the goal line on that bizarre looking shot.
We thought it had a weird vibe to how it popped out of the net, and obviously Tracy Koleski thinks that as well as we queue up a replay here.
So took a second look there. You can see Garland just getting hit a little high, a little hard. Seems to have shaken him up a little bit as he heads towards the bench. We'll get an update on him. But again, as we talked about, Rush already down veteran defenseman and their captain, Ryan Dilks tonight. Hate to see him lose another guy.
While the refs take a look at this, we want to remind you, Jeremy Searle as well as Scratch, Clark Walter, Josh Courier, the others. For Panther City, Cam Milligan, Dean Farrell are out of the lineup. Tyler Burton as well. Connor Sellers, well, we don't want to talk about his championship as they did play the Rush back in 2017, but that is another big piece that they're missing in this game.
Yeah, down a few bodies for Panther City, but the way they've been able to scratch and claw, appropriate for a Panther, their way back into this one as they were down 3-0, tied it up, but now another run here by the Rush. But they've been giving the Rush everything they can handle. So we're about to take a look here at the goal that's being challenged. Where see Garland's down, and then it did have a weird English on it. It's looking like it may have popped out behind. We know it got behind Bouquet, but the question is, did it cross the line? It kind of caught his left hand, got some real spin on it. No, you're right though, Cody. Like, it looks so weird. It almost looked like it had to hit behind Bouquet across the goal line and spin back. We'll get the call here.
After review, the no goal ruling is confirmed. Panther City has charged their first half timeout.
So it did look weird, and I can't blame Kaliski for trying it there, especially in that spot, because to me, that would have been a real big goal to break up that rush run. From my naked eye, I thought it might have been in myself, so I guess you could probably say I'm 0 for 1 in terms of these so far in the year, Cody.
Well, we also had the overhead view in the building where we could see it went off of the far pipe and then bounced off of Bouquet's leg and bounced out. So it had a little bit of different spin on it, as you said. But Saskatchewan now still up by 3 in the ball. Church, spin move. Palace way up top. Matthews as well on the outside. Church, a little back pedal, flip inside. Lintner was there. Ball ends up over the cage.
Turf Monster got the Panther City defender there, Foley, just for a moment, but he was able to recover and get away from Church and set up here for his club.
Patton, the Guelph alumni. Will Malcolm with a little bit of speed through the middle. Looks to cause some havoc. Outside look. Bouquet's going to sit on one. Jake Boudreau leaves it for Austin Madronic. Couple of rookies, one out of Robert Morris, the other out of Harvard. Matthews, Keenan trying to go short side. Damoud stepped out and took away a lot of the angle. Now Palace in tight, and he's robbed by Damoud.
Love Paulus's awareness to just stay there, wait for that ball to come out from behind the net and get a quick chance in there. Almost caught the defense napping.
Medeiros to Donville off the logo of Bouquet, and now Mallory's going to send it up for Dinsdale. Hasek was off the bench, and the former Rush teammates will meet face to face and wait it out for a few more offensive experts to hop out of the own gates. Dan Lintner's there, 15 on the shot clock. Mark Matthews' pick comes from Keenan. Outside, all the way back. Church, double clutch on it. Stopped by Damoud, still on the ground. And Keenan picked it up for a second. Defender all over him, and Tony Malcolm wants to run with it. Couple of goals for him already this season. Malcolm for Dodds. Pushed out by Boudreau. Dodds eating a little bit of lumber off that side, and Beers now has to defend. Will Malcolm, double spin, runs it around circle drive, bounces it off the glass, and this one's going to hop back into the Panther City bench as Caputo goes for a ride as well. Get a little extracurriculars in front of the bench, but Saskatchewan gets some help from Robert Church. They lead 6-3 in quarter number 2.
Be going in the favor of Panther City right now, but Panther City's Matt Gauthier talked this morning after their shoot-around about how he was excited and looking forward to playing against Mark Matthews, as he was a fan of the Edmonton Rush and looking forward to playing against the Rush today. However, it's not going as exciting as he was hoping it would go.
Yeah, we talked about him being a local guy. Now with Edmonton moving here to Saskatchewan, this is the closest lacrosse club for anybody wanting to watch pro lacrosse. I know that you still see pregame. We're on the concourse doing our pregame show, Cody. You can still see Edmonton Rush jerseys. I know there's still a pile of people that make the trip from Edmonton down to Saskatoon. It's great to see how the fans have stuck with the club.
Jerseys, hats, all of it. The classic silver and black as Matthews rips this one, tests out the logo of Damoud. Medeiros wants to run. He had a 3-on-2 for a second. Donville off the bench, but they'll wait for Dodds and Malcolm to get out there. Malcolm's got a pair of apples. Kid the third will defend him. Dodds pushed out by Garland, and he scores. Fires it around the defender, goes short side on Bouquet, and it's 6-4.
Using his screen and going low to high, one of the hardest shots to stop and to be accurate with. Just another great shot there from Patrick Dodds, the Victoria native. coming up with another great goal, waiting for the screen to be set up, not even giving Messenger time to get out there towards him, using him as his friend instead of his enemy, and then going low to high. Bouquet didn't really have a chance. I don't think he saw that until it was past Mike Messenger, and you're not going to be able to make a stop when the ball's basically coming hard and high, and you got no time to react.
Great shot by the Rookie of the Year runner-up in Patrick Dodds as Captain Chad Cummings pushes it forward. The SUNY Brockport alumni. Panther City down by 2. Goche for Donville. Trying to go low on Boudreau. He's pushed out. Dodds with it, looking for another. Wants to go short side again, and Bouquet's got it.
Dodds working against two of the younger members against the Rush defense and showing why he is such a highly touted young player as he was able to spin off both their checks and get a great chance there.
Mark Matthews awaits in the corner. Saskatchewan knows 6 ain't gonna get it done. They're averaging 15 goals per game this season. They also averaged 15 a game against Panther City last season.
I gotta say, Mark looks a little off tonight, Cody. He's given up the ball a couple times uncharacteristically.
Caputo now for Malcolm. Will Malcolm's got to be one of the fastest players in the league. The way he can get from point A to point B, not many can stay with him. As he ends it off for Jonathan Donville. Malcolm now around Messenger, and he knew the shot clock was expiring, so he had to throw anything on target.
Well, as you mentioned, his speed there, he used that to get around 2 Rush defenders to get an open look.
Marshall Palace, little behind the back flip for Mark Matthews. Dinsdale and Keenan are the last O guys on the floor. 94 seconds left to go in quarter number 2. 10 on the shot clock. Matthews awaits all the way over to Church. Tries to go 5-hole. Damoud with the save. Dinsdale had his stick held and he couldn't go for the loose ball. Hosick now. Boudreau's on him. Hosick gets a pick. A little bit of time and space. Low shot by Dodds. Over for Rubich.
And Matt Hosick is a threat to score in transition. Had a handful of goals during his time in Saskatchewan. None so far this year, but we have seen him do it a few times before.
Nice to see Mallory back on the floor. Had a strong stretch, couple of goals in the last 4 games of last season once Jimmy Quinlan took over. Matthews to the middle. Shot got blocked by Way, but it's the pick that gets called, and the pass is up for Patton.
Patton had a chance at that and just seemed to stumble on the turf for a half second near his bench.
Now Bouquet's going to get called, a little overzealous with his stick, and Patton's on the ground down low. Saskatchewan's getting 1. We'll see if they get away with 2.
Yeah, that's a good question there, Cody. I know, of course, we all remember the hit from Alex Bouquet. He likes to get in. He likes to get involved. But sometimes he does cross that line, and it looks like that's exactly it. I've seen the one signal definitely for a cross check as Bouquet just got a little too aggressive there, and I believe it's definitely going to be Bouquet for sure on the cross check here. You can see he gets one hack in there, which he's okay, then gets in. Yeah, so he gets called for the illegal cross check. He was just a little up high, a little overzealous on that.
Panther City going to the power play. 1 for 2 so far in this contest. They are 53% coming into this game. The guaranteed rate halftime report is coming up after this. 37.1 seconds left in the first half.
So another power play chance here for Panther City. That's what they've used to spark each one of their runs to get back into this. When they're down 3-0, power play goal, turn it around, see if they can get a big one here late.
Caputo's down low. Dodds is out there as well. Donville, he'll be the captain on this power play when Greniak and Malcolm are on his right. Back for Dodds, gets in tight, short side, scores. Patrick Dodds has another, and the lead's down to 1.
2 goals tonight for Patrick Dodds, looking great. We talk about the young talent on this Panther City club and the high skill plays over and over again. He finds a little bit of space that's over the right shoulder of Bouquet, and Bouquet's really got nobody to blame but himself, not because he got beat on a great shot, but it was his overzealousness with the cross-check that led to that power play and that power play chance here for Panther City.
Now with 21 seconds left, you'd have to assume whoever wins this face-off is going to use their timeout. Well, actually, Panther City doesn't have their timeout.
Yeah, after losing that challenge, but it is the Rush winning it as Mike Messenger has seemed to regain form a little bit on the dot after Brooker Muir has had a great game for a guy that came in without having taken a face-off in the NLL so far this season. So now the Rush are going to have time to get Bouquet out, to get their offense set up, and really stop this Panther City run they've been on. You always say, everybody always says lacrosse is a game of runs. Started the Rush going up 3-0, tied it up, go up 6-3, and now it's Panther City with all the momentum. So this would really be a crucial goal before half to snuff that out before the second half here for Saskatchewan. Look for it to go. If they can get Robert Church open, he's had a couple good looks. Love to see him try to get open on this if they can get him.
Follow the NLL on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube for all the best content all year long. Search at NLL now. Biggest party in Saskatchewan, New Year's Eve. James Barker band playing after. The fans got their light-up glasses. That looked cool pregame. Good crowd awesome on hand as well. You knew it would be. There's a lot going on here in Saskatchewan. And with this team winning 7 of their last 8 home games, you know the fans are excited to see Saskatchewan get back to their winning ways. 10 seconds left in the opening half. Ryan Keenan with the ball. For Church, back to Matthews, room to shoot, and it's off the crossbar.
Great pick there by Marshall Powless to knock Malcolm off and set up that chance.
Now they're going to have a second. Littner, awkward angle. Daymood might have got it, or it went off the back of the net. But Panther City claws their way back. 6-5, Saskatchewan leads as Marty Dinsdale had a shorty in the opening quarter. It's a close one, 30 down. 30 to go. Patrick Dodds has the last 2 for the boys in purple. Welcome to the Guaranteed Rate NLL Halftime Report. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Sabine Vaughn with you. Biggest New Year's Eve party in the province. And, well, Panther City's fighting their way back, large part to the goaltender, Nick Daymood. He has been fantastic. We got to take a look at that save, though.
Banana save. Unbelievable save. Probably the save of the year. I'd say it's the save of the year 2022, maybe 2023, Cody.
One of the best I think I've ever seen in a lacrosse game on Dan Littner. On the rebound, gets it with the shaft of his stick, and that's against a Saskatchewan offense that's been electric.
Yeah, the Saskatchewan offense started up 3-0. Panther City tied it up. Ryan Keenan's having himself a bit of a game. Thought they were going to pull away, thought it was party mode in SaskTel Center. But Panther City just keeps catching up.
Patrick Dodds having himself a game as well. A couple of goals to go along as we take a look at some of the stats from the opening half.
Fairly even in terms of shots on goal. Saves are even. Surprising to me that Panther City is outpacing Saskatchewan in faceoffs won without their primary faceoff man, Tyler Burton, in the lineup tonight.
Out of town scoring and more is coming up next on the Guaranteed Rate Halftime Report. Saskatchewan's up 6-5 at the SaskTel Center. Taking a look at Week 5 scores from yesterday. San Diego beat Calgary 17-14. Dane Dobie with 6 goals, and Halifax drops one to Buffalo 18-13. Josh Byrne with 7 goals in that game. This week, Teddy Jenner and Pat Gregoire caught up with Seals analyst Nick Ocello to discuss the Curtis Dixon return to Calgary, but also to find out which unsung Seals player you need to start following this season on a special issue of Coast to Coast.
No shortage of big names, especially up front on offense. But maybe who are some of those grit grinders, the unsung heroes that San Diego maybe not getting as much credit, but the guys that have been those glue guys, maybe more notably on the back end?
Yeah, so I'll spare you with the Brody Merrill being a good leader. I think that has certainly, spoken for itself. Two guys that I'd like to highlight. One, I think Trey Leclerc had a fantastic offseason working on his bag of tricks. He had some opportunities last year, whether it was going underneath, whether it was his shot that he couldn't quite bury. And certainly in the most recent game against Sask, I think he had 2 or 3 that were goals that I don't know if he was able to execute last year. So I think him taking a big step is massive for the transition, takes the pressure off of a guy like Cam Holding. And another guy that I'd like to highlight is, tied between 2 here, Cam Holding and Danny Logan. We're going to go with Cam Holding. I think he's been one of the, everybody can paint that he's not given enough respect. I don't really like that narrative because I think on his team he has the most respect and that's what matters to him. But he's not the flashiest player, but I really think that alongside Brody Merrill, that two-headed monster of guys like those are really stepping up and the system doesn't really allow them to be too flashy.
Nick, we appreciate you as always, my man. Great stuff for the Seals broadcast. Can't wait to see your ESPN debut in a few weeks. Happy holidays and Happy New Year.
My New Year's resolution is to incorporate a better diet, eliminate a lot of the dipping sauces on everything that I eat.
I tell you what, Cody Jansen, I can relate to the love of sauces from Dan Littner. We are back in Saskatoon. It is the biggest party in the province here on New Year's Eve as you're watching the band wrap up here during halftime afterwards. Now, this is cool. They're having a concert here, the James Barker Band. And we're not just talking, they're going to come on, they're going to play a couple songs, we're all going to get out of here. No, full 90-minute set list, so you can tell this province is in for a party. You see the flashing glasses. Cody Jansen, I was wearing some myself, but it's kind of hard to analyze the play when you can't see it. So sadly, I had to switch back to the real glasses here. So it looks like both our New Year's resolutions so far about less dipping sauces, more veggies. I'm going to put you on the spot, my play-by-play partner. New Year's resolution, Cody Jansen.
Can we do the Michael Scott to floss more? January 1st, boom, done.
There, done. Flossing more, eat more veggies. So far, it's all good. Just like we thought it might be going better for the Saskatchewan Rush, taking on Panther City. They had so much success against them last year, but here we are in a battle. 6-5, Cody, heading into the second half. I bet you lots of people in this building, I've already received a few texts from friends of mine who are in here who are having a great New Year's Eve. They probably wanted to see a few more goals here tonight at halftime.
Now, Patrick Dons does have the last 2, but we can't forget Will Malcolm. Now up to 20 points this season, 4 assists for him. Robert Church and Ryan Keenan both lead the way for Saskatchewan. A goal and 2 assists, 3 points. And you look at Jimmy Quinlan, what do you think his halftime was like for Saskatchewan? Because I don't think they played anywhere near their capability.
Oh, no. That was not a great half at all. If it wasn't for some real highlight saves and solid play from goaltender Alex Bouquet coming up with 24 saves in that first half, I think Panther City might even be running away with this. I mean, this looked like this was going to be cruise control for the Rush. They went up 3-0 early. We thought it was party time up here. We thought it was put your feet up. But Panther City has clawed back, and we're the better team for, I'd say, probably 20 minutes of the 30 that they've played.
Messenger and Mirror meet back at the stripe, in Saskatchewan will get the first possession in second half action. Marty Dinsdale up top, scored shorthanded in the opening quarter. Robert Church now runs around the pick, fires short side, punched out by Damoud. Lintner's got the loose pull. Church is back up top, 3 righties on the floor. Matthews and Keenan, far side. Dinsdale on the run, back for Matthews, over to Lintner, short side, kicked out by Damoud, and this one's gonna bounce back for Dinsdale.
Giving Marty the reset here right near the timeline.
Third offensive possession here in a row for Saskatchewan to start quarter number 3. Matthews' pass got knocked down. Back for Keenan, quick stick, trying to go across the body. Daymood was over there, and they still have 15 on the shot clock. Didn't go on goal. Robert Church, short side. Stopped by Daymood, and it'll be the captain in Chad Cummings to settle things down for Panther City.
A little bit of a change so far for Saskatchewan. They're not backing off. They're trying to press Panther City deep in their own end.
And it's Will Malcolm, the Jacksonville alumni. Third season in the NLL. He's up to 20 points already. Towards the middle on the run. Bouquet took that one up high from Dots. Now Isaac Enju trying to track it down. The Langley Thunder product getting in his first National Lacrosse League game.
And Garland's back out there. Took a hard pick near the end of the first half. Took some time down the tunnel, but he's back. It's good to see for the Rush.
Kidd the third over to Palace. Back to Kidd the third. Shot got deflected, and this one is going to end up in row one.
Little souvenir for a fan, but it does look like they're going to give Saskatchewan the reset here, Cody. So
I believe it was Medeiros who got a stick on it. Dan Littner now. He'll play up top, usually by the crease, but you've got Madronik down there as well. Matthews on the half wall. Drives to the middle on the run, and he's stripped of possession. Gets it back. 12 to shoot, though. Backhand flip for Palace is over his head. Patton now runs on it.
Took a little exception to the late hit by Powless, or the hard hit into the boards. All's good, though. This game is starting to get a little chippy. It's been entertaining. Caldwell both sides, so more entertainment value on your New Year's Eve, Cody.
We knew it was going to happen. New Year's Eve, and you got teams who are going to be battling for a playoff spot. Yep, it's going to be intense. This is a game where you're going to be talking about later on in the season is one that probably got you in or got you out. Here's now to defend. Behind the back shot by Coach. Ends up in the corner.
Well, like you said, Cody, you never want to start talking about must-win games when you're 3 and 4 games into the season, but we do expect these two teams to contend for some of those final playoff spots in the West, so this could be huge.
Robert Church on the run. Fires high and wide, and now another hard pick.
Yeah, we had a helmet possession. Helmet came flying off for a Panther City player. Easy to call.
Malcolm down the middle, and we got a tie ball game. Will Malcolm has his first.
Right before we went to half, Cody, you talked about Will Malcolm being one of the fastest players in the NLL. That goal was 100% speed. He gets it up top, and he just uses that speed to get in tight. It's like he turned on the jets, gets the pass from his brother in transition, comes down with the wheels. Mallory wasn't able to keep up with that speed from Malcolm and goes betwixt the legs of Alex Bouquet, who reacted like he thought he had it. He was almost surprised it was behind him. He thought he had the angle there, but tie game again, Cody.
Malcolm's got his 9th of the season. Holden Garland up top, standing on the logo, waits for Mark Matthews to step out. You wonder if he can have a big second half for Saskatchewan. They're going to need someone to step up. Pass down for Messenger, and he just took a cross check off the coconut. Call coming, and you would assume Saskatchewan's going to the power play.
Which is probably the spark they need. We mentioned they closed the first half a little flat. Their offense has looked a little disjointed in the second half, so getting this lethal power play out here might be the remedy the home fans want to see.
Panther City number 52, a 2-minute minor roughing.
Brooker Muir heads to the sin bin for 2 or less.
Pretty easy call there, too. Brooker Muir just right up there. It looked like it might have been a cross-check, but instead it's a mitt to the back of Messenger's head, and he'll serve 2 or less.
Robert Church had a power play goal earlier. Back for Keenan. Quick stick attempt, won't connect. Has it off the half wall. They want to go with speed. Lintner's down there. Church with it again. Tries to go 5-hole, and Daymood holds his ground.
Again, Robert Church getting away from the matchup with Matt Hossack. Gets another chance. That's what's happened on both his goals. He's gotten away from Hossack, and when they've been able to do that, he's been able to get his open looks.
Count comes, and now Saskatchewan never going to pick that one up. Medeiros is lucky. He's not sitting for a delay of game there.
Absolutely, Cody.
Marshall Palace up for Ryan Keenan. Robert Church is there as well, and Matthews will steer the ship on the power play. Keenan's open. Church is down low. 6 to shoot. Over to Palace, and he scores! Marshall Palace has his second of the game.
If you're going to take away the big guns, somebody's going to be open. During that power play, you could watch the entire defensive unit of Panther City slowly move closer and closer to the righty side. They were looking at Robert Church. You watch him kind of creep over here. Keenan gets open. Palace comes in amongst the confusion and uses that lightning quick release to go between the legs of Daymud. And again, the Rush take the lead in what has been an excellent back and forth battle. And this power play is putting up video game numbers. This is just absurd what they keep doing, Cody.
Palace getting a little bit of love from defensive coach Jeremy Talevi on that one. And another face-off win means that Kyle Rubish, wearing the C tonight, can push it up. Marty Dinsdale now swings it over to Matthews, back from Madronik with the quick stick, and Daymud's got it in his pants somewhere.
Daymud seems to be having a stronger game moving from his left to right on those quick stick attempts. He's made several really nice saves stepping over to that direction.
Panthers City down by 1. They found their way back multiple times already. Caputo, that free arm pushes off, opens up some space. Grennan on the roll, stopped by Bouquet, and he jumps on the rebound as well.
Great job covering that up, because you had Caputo right in the danger zone looking to pick that one as it rolled precariously close to the edge of Bouquet's crease.
Ryan Keenan now had a goal in that opening half, a couple of assists as well. Back for Church. Church spins on his backhand, 8 to shoot, over to Keenan, room, kicked out, and the rebound meets Panther City. Can run it up. Medeiros one-arms it. Transition, Patton's there, but he's gonna wait for Donville to hop on the floor. He'll slow it down for a second. Tony Malcolm's gonna stay in play. When Grenier driving on Smith, pushed back, couple of RMLL alumni going one-on-one. Back to Will Malcolm. He whips this wide, and it could be over and back as Boudreau's going to run up on it. And I think instead of restarting play, they'll send us off to our TV timeout. 9:02 left to go in quarter number 3. Saskatchewan up 7-6 on Panther City inside the SaskTel Center. Marshall Palace has the latest.
We've certainly got a game here at SaskTel Center, 7-6 for the Sask Rush as they're in the third quarter. And I had a chance to just lean over and check in with Coach Quinlan after the half as the team was coming out. And I asked him what he wanted to see from the team in the second half. A little bit of urgency in his face, but he said they just need to stick to the game plan, focus, and they'll be fine heading in and ending the game with a win.
Kind of what we saw up here as well too, Cody, that the team has not looked sharp, needs to refocus. Started off here with a power play goal and see if they can get the big guns going now.
Madronik hands it off for Marty Dinsdale. 2 goals away from 100 in his career. Church drives on Foley, push back. Matthews up top with the back pedal. Church now, backhand flip, on his offside, and he scores! Hit by a train, and he puts it in the back of the net. Saskatchewan gets a clutch goal from the rookie in Austin Madronik.
And nobody liked the reaction there. I thought it was clean. It looked clean to me. It was a matter of Madronik taking a hit to make the play, to use the old football term and the old hockey term. That pass, though, from Matthews, is there anybody else in the league that that pass from Church, not known as the playmaker as Matthews? I just see a great pass, and I think it's definitely coming from Mark Matthews, but it's Robert Church.
That's
on
a
the
late
back
hit,
end.
too.
Yeah, in second view, you're absolutely right. When I first saw it in live, I thought, so coming in to help his man out was Ryan Keenan. So Mac Hossack's going to sit for the late hit. You're right, second viewing, Cody, absolutely right. That was a late hit. And then coming in to help out the rookie was Ryan Keenan, who's going to sit for 2 minutes as well.
You know, Hossack's not a dirty player, but we've seen that called a 5-minute major a couple of times already this season. So Hossack escapes, but Saskatchewan's up by 2 as Madronik has his second in the league. Bouncer by Littner, stopped by Demood in the rebound. Couple of whacks at it. Church had a look as well.
Just absolute chaos near the crease as Demood and his defenders aren't quite able to grip it. They do eventually regain control, and no harm, no foul here for Panther City.
Tracy Kaleski telling his squad to settle down a little bit after that last goal. We'll see what the offense draws up. Malcolm outside, caught like a shortstop by Alex Bouquet.
The extra rare, you almost never see it, catching it with the palm of the hand. If you're new to lacrosse or you're new to goaltending, there's not a lot of padding there, so that's why you rarely see it. But Bouquet knew the slow ball was coming.
Dinsdale gets a pick from Madronik. Matthews awaits far side. Throws it at the knees of Dinsdale. It's on the ground. 5 to shoot. Marty's got room. Back for Church. Behind the back. Just goes wide.
Like the heads-up play by Marty Dinsdale. Everybody thought he was just going to take a shot there, maybe look for a reset, gets it to Church, who gets a great chance there behind the back.
Brooker Muir played for Six Nations at the Prezi this past summer in Edmonton. Lets the offense go to work. Go Ching. Junior A minor. He's still got 1 more year of Junior A eligibility, so he'll be playing in that Minto Cup in Edmonton this summer. Robert Church. Dinsdale out to help Madronik as well. Offense a little slow getting on the floor. All the way for Marshall Palace. He's got some space. Madronik's taken out in the slot. Now Church, 4 to shoot. Back to Dinsdale. Tries to fire far side. It's kicked back on Cole. And in front, Madronik got dumped.
Yeah, Burns had Madronik in front and got up real high with that cross check. Got him right in the grill. That's all after the ball it was nearly the own goal, to use a soccer term there, as you just see in the right of your frame, the penalty against Burns, and that's pretty cut and dry. Cross check to the chops is going to get you sent to the sin bin every time.
Saskatchewan 3 for 4 on the power play so far. And as you said, that look going from right to left has been a little more effective in this game.
Yeah, it has. It seems like Demood's strength is definitely that left to right movement. So last couple goals have been right to left, and let's see if they're going to do it here again.
Matthews tops the power play. Ryan Keenan steps it in tight. Matthews now push back. Good defense over to Church. Whips this one wide, and that'll be over and back.
You're starting to see the big boys for Saskatchewan get some extra looks here in Matthews and Church. Starting to turn it around a little bit more.
Patrick Foley ran up on it, the Johns Hopkins alumni. Now Foley's going to have to grab it in the corner. Caputo's there to help out as well.
It's a big kill here for Panther City, Cody. This rush power play continues to be dangerous, and now they're on a mini two-goal run here. So they can kill this off and not allow the rush to score, or maybe even get a shorty here. That would shift all the momentum back to Panther City.
Wouldn't count anything out with Wen Greniak and Malcolm as your lefties on the floor, but Kyle Rubish, one of the best to ever do it, causes another turnover.
It's just like second nature. You get anybody with a ball, you get some of the best players in the world anywhere near Kyle Rubish, you know he's going to cause a turnover.
Over 400 in his career. Matthews, Palace and Keenan on his right. Church is there as well. Room to shoot back to Keenan, and I think that hit the pipe. Matthews scores! On the rebound, Mark Matthews steps into one, puts it home for his 3rd of the season.
You're absolutely correct, Cody. They go again to that right side to lefty side. The quick stick bounces off the post, but Mark Matthews is there to pick it up and use that quick release. And to me, Mark has looked a lot different in this second half. First half, he was losing the ball a couple times. Didn't look like the dominant player that he is. And so far in the second half, he's starting to look more like himself, as you see just the quick release here off the goalpost. Ryan Keenan looks skywards, and he turns around, and instantly Mark Matthews is sitting there burying it.
Well, you say Mark Matthews doesn't look like himself, but he's got a goal and 4 assists in this contest. So bad night for one of the best to ever suit up in the NLL.
Which is just ridiculous that he looks off and still has a 5-point night going.
Matronik back on the floor after taking a couple of hard hits and whacks. Keenan has a double team, able to run away from it though. Robert Church behind the back, gets into the corner for Matthews, 3 to shoot. Tries a swim move, and he's gonna have to leave this one down in the corner. Panther City won't get an offensive attempt here as we're gonna head off to a TV timeout. A little extracurriculars in front of the Rush bench. Mark Matthews has the latest on the power play. Rush lead 9-6 in quarter number 3.
Doing that so far this year. He spent a lot of time with his family. He's also spent a lot of time in the penalty box. Now moving into 4th all-time after a penalty tonight in National Lacrosse League history is Matt Beers, who may also have the most appropriate name for a New Year's Eve game.
James Barker Band playing after this one. It's a party in Saskatchewan, and the Rush are up by 3. Panther City. Will Malcolm throws it down for Camwin Greniak. Out of the corner when Greniak, long look, whips it on goal. Bouquet kicks out that rebound. It'll be a fresh 30 for PCLC to work with. Will Malcolm has Donville back to Malcolm. And I think he was looking at Bobby Kidd III's shoes and not the ball. Malcolm pushed outside. Donville now. Hard pick set on Beers. Shot goes over the cage, and it's going to end up on the back of the net.
You know, Cody, and if practice is any indication, we could see a couple more guys with Bobby Kidd III's shoes, as Matthews had the bright laces, Lintner had the shoes, Robert Church had the shoes. None wearing them in the game tonight, but they're getting worked in practice. Maybe we'll see the bright shoe crew by the next game.
It's the Harvard alumni, Austin Matronik up there. Dishes it off for Robert Church, 3-time NLL champion. Matthews back to Palace, and this is going to roll over the center line for Tony Malcolm. Malcolm, he's got Hossack back the other way, and he scores.
We said it earlier that although Matt Hossack has not scored in this game, especially when he played in Saskatchewan, we saw him do this a lot. He's an elite level defender, and he's got some good hands and good wheels. Hossack comes in, plays that perfectly, finds the spot just between Bouquet and the post. And again, the Rush go up by 3. Panther City responds. It's been happening all game long. Let's see if Panther City can keep the momentum going, or if the Rush can stop it for the first time since being up 3 all night.
It's the end of quarters that are really looking a little off for Saskatchewan. And maybe you got to give some extra credit to Tracy Kolaski for keeping his squad in it and saying, hey, 3 goals, that's nothing. Let's play some comeback here. Malcolm has Gauthier up the middle. Grennan's there as well. Back for Grennan, outside look, trying to fire it around a couple of defenders, and maybe Boudreau can go in transition now. Good reverse transition. Sees Panther City get their 5D out there in time. Keenan, hard pick from Matthews, and the pass won't get to him. Tony Malcolm. For Caputo, he'll spin it back. Will Malcolm up top. 21 points so far this year for Will Malcolm. Had an overtime winner against Saskatchewan last year in Fort Worth. Over to Caputo. Shot goes wide, and this one's going to bounce all the way to Panther City's bench. Messenger's there. Now he's got a one-on-one with Hossack. Mike Messenger thought about going for it. Good defense by Hossack. Pushed him back for a second and almost forced a turnover.
Good one-on-one battle there. Hossack gets the best over Messenger despite the size disadvantage from Mike Messenger.
Robert Church, 10 game-winning goals in his Saskatchewan Rush career. Back to Church on the roll. Shot goes wide, and it's going to get picked up by Hossack. Maybe he wants another. Matt Hossack. Boudreau's the first D guy off the gate. Gauthier up top, stepping into one and scoring. Liam Burns, I believe it was deflected, gets past Bouquet. It ends up in the back of the net.
Panther City has been by far the better team at even strength so far in this game. Their transition attack has been deadly. Burns stays in, takes the hit to make the play again. He knew Mallory was coming, finds the spot under Bouquet's arm, but again, this is a game, and not that Panther City's been bad on the power play. They're 2 for 3 tonight, Cody. The Rush are 4 for 5, but Panther City at 5-on-5, they've been the better club the entire evening. The only thing that's allowed the Rush to get up ahead has been that power play.
Burns said, hey, if one Marquette product and Connor McClellan can score, I can do it as well. He's got his second of the season. I believe it did go off the stick of Marshall Palace. Rush up by 1, looking to extend. Robert Church for Matthews in tight. Dinsdale passes too hot to handle.
Love what this Panther City D has done. They've taken away the middle of the floor on Saskatchewan. All those quick passes that are trying to get in, get a quick stick and a good chance, they've all been taken away this entire night.
And you've got TK and Steve Toll great at adjusting on the fly. That's one thing Panther City always has, is even in games last year, they were able to adapt. Rebound, stopped by Bouquet, but we got a penalty coming up, and it looks like Isaac Enju's going off for holding.
The rookie getting on the score sheet, not the way he wanted in his first career game. But you're absolutely right, Cody. You watch this Panther City team changing their game plan as the game goes along. They've tried things that work, tried things that don't, and they're not afraid to change it up.
Saskatchewan penalty, 2 minutes holding.
Panther City 2 for 3 on the power play.
Just a classic case again. You get your arm around the guy. I don't hate the rookie taking that penalty. That was a pretty grade A chance up tight with Bouquet.
Donville's going to be up top. Dozen assists for him already this season. Finds Will Malcolm room to shoot. Put it perfectly around the defender, but Bouquet in a good spot. Leaves the rebound for Beers. Robert Church through a triple team. Robert Church now spins around another defender, fires, and he's stopped by Demood.
Great work by Church to even get that shot off and kill some time. It was Bobby and 3 defenders, and it was Robert Church coming out on top there.
There's one player in the building that can get through 4 defenders like that. He's wearing 17 in black.
Quick timing correction, looks like. It is. Putting a little bit more time on the clock here for Panther City. Going back up to 13 seconds here. They are on the power play for another minute 17.
Donville down for Wingreniuk. Malcolm's there as well. Donville wants it, takes it. Bouquet sits on it.
Great save by Bouquet there. All the momentum in the favor of Panther City. Smothers that one. And that keeps the Rush with a 1-goal lead as we head to the 4th quarter.
Liam Burns has the latest. Panther City's back in it, but the Rush up 9-8, 45 down, 15 to go in the SaskTel Center.
Hi, my name is Chad Cummings. My New Year's resolution is to watch less Netflix.
I think we all could agree with that one in a sense, but hey, as a lot of the fans have done, you can get game day ready and shop your favorite teams, jerseys, and merchandise. Head to fanatics.ca to get all your National Lacrosse League and team gear today.
There's a loophole, though. He just said less Netflix. Now you got Paramount Plus, you got Disney, you got like 107 streaming services that are out there. So I see there's a way, like Chad's setting himself up for success. He can watch as much TV, but a little less Netflix, and that's how he's going to succeed for sure this year. So I like it.
Ontario's own Chad Cummings wearing the C this season for Panther City. And back at the line, Muir and Messenger meet another time as we start quarter number 4. Foley has the loose ball, and he's going to lob this one over the logo, and that'll be over and back against Panther City.
Mike Messenger has figured out Muir in this second half. Face-offs now 12.
Messenger wants to drive by himself, and he whips it wide.
Messenger now 12 and 8 on the dot. He was down in the first half, so he's figured it out.
Keenan's up top. Matthews there as well. Church is working on a 7-point game. Hands it off. Dinsdale to Matthews. He fired that one from the restraining line. Easy save for Damuth.
Trying to get the reset and the loose ball off of there. Almost worked out for the rush penalty killers here, but Panther City once again goes to work down one.
Dodds has it for Donville when Greniak out of the corner. Malcolm's there as well. Donville loves to roll to the middle and shoot on the run. Passes it off to Malcolm. Plenty of room for him. Donville now. Pass got deflected by Kidd the third. Shot clock's expiring, and Caputo bounces this one high and wide as the shot clock was expiring. Now Enju is waiting by the goal, but a good reverse transition meant that he couldn't receive a pass. Palace waits for a little bit of help, and it comes in the form of Dan Lintner. Had a power play goal already in this contest. Matthews flip inside, got knocked out. Intended for Ryan Keenan. Matthews spin move, short side. Left arm saved by Damuth. Transition as Muir want to run with it. He does, and the shot got deflected by Jarrett Smith.
Jarrett Smith getting back in an awful hurry. Big deflection there, because that was another great looking chance here by Panther City.
Was able to talk with Jarrett Smith after the San Diego game, and he said, hey, I'm a guy who can play all over the floor. I'm not afraid of anything. Patrick Dodds now. Low bouncer goes wide. Donville has the rebound. 15 on the shot clock. Pass intended for Dodds. It's off his stick and rolls to Bouquet.
Smith looking like a Winnipeg Jet there with the kind of wheels he needed to get back and then up the floor. We're going to make that stick this year, Cody.
Mark Matthews awaits in the corner. 15 on the shot clock. He'll run it up top. Matthews bouncers wide. Ryan Keenan, defender all over him. Matthews, one arm on it, 5 to shoot. Church has it around the defenders. It's on goal, but another easy save for Nick Damuth, and he's up to 39 in the game.
Damuth having a great game on top of that great save he had in that first half.
Donville as Caputo freeing up some space. Goching on the roll. Dodds in tight, intended for Donville's over his head. Grennan now. Back on the black, runs himself up above the SaskTel logo, and Matt Beers lowers the boom on Matthew Goching.
Clean and legal as the shot clock was expiring. Matt Beers showing he's one of the toughest that's been in the league. Hence why he's so high the penalty minutes list. But that one was clean, and the fans here love it.
And Goching won't back down either. St. Albert Crude alumni. Matthews outside look. Damuth with the save. Palace on the rebound. Flips it back from Adronic, and he can't come down with it. Running it back in transition, Medeiros lets a low-to-low go. Smith is all over him. Bouquet's gonna have to settle it up behind the cage, and he'll just do that.
Smith has really started to settle into his game here in this second half. He's been strong. He's prevented a couple grade A chances here for Panther City.
Big minutes by Isaac Enju as well for the Rush rookie. Dan Lintner backs it up, runs it forward, and now he hands it off. Mark Matthews with some room. Backdoor feed. Lintner stopped by Damuth.
Again, that left to right. Damuth has had that on lock, minus the first goal by Dan Lintner in this game.
That one came on the power play, so we'll give him a pass. Will Malcolm burning around the floor. Pass intended for Muir, tries to go 5-hole, and he's stopped by 0-0.
Again, Panther City just outplaying Saskatchewan at 5-on-5 here through large chunks of this quarter.
Mike Mallory getting a shift on offense now. We'll see if they just try clean up a bit of a space for some shot, cause a little chaos in the middle. Back for Dinsdale. Marty Dinsdale around his defender, bounces it into the corner.
Nice head fake and center set by Marty to open up some room there for a decent chance.
Mallory's going to play both sides of the floor and stay out there as Enju puts on the press on Tony Malcolm. Now Malcolm whips one by the feet of Donville. Jake Boudreau's there, trying to scoop up the loose ball, and now the Robert Morris product will. Mallory just came off IR this morning, getting in his first game of the season. Littner's at the logo.
He's tired. He just played both ways there, Cody.
Now out in front is Keenan, and he throws it over the goal.
Rush got to settle down here a little bit, get something set up. That's when they've been at their best so far in this game. Too many quick shots and too much time that the defense has been on the floor here for the home team.
Malcolm Caputo, they'll swing it around the horn. In tight when Greniak had some space above the shoulder of Bouquet, and he bounces it out into section number 3. 9:08 to go in quarter number 4. Rush lead 9-8. It's the New Year's Eve bash in Saskatchewan, and Panther City not going down without a fight. Catch Zach Courier and the Roughnecks as they travel to meet Zed Williams and the Mammoth, who will raise their championship banner in the Loud House. A Big West Conference clash on Saturday, January 7th, all on ESPNU.
Big moments coming up here at SaskTel Center, Cody. Saskatchewan has gone up three times tonight, but every time Panther City's come back. Not much time left. Can they do it again?
Ryan Keenan up top. You got 3 lefties on the floor. Matt Hosek, he'll defend. Matthews now wrong side of the road. Got the shot off on Damoud. Rebounds out there, but Matthews blew a tire.
I like the Rush going left heavy. We've seen it all game long. Damoud has had that right side on lockdown. A lot of the offense and a lot of the goals have come on the righties to lefties play.
Will Malcolm up top. Does Panther City have another in them? Caputo for Malcolm. Around Kid the third. Rubish with the switch. Off of Goche. Malcolm again. Kid the third to defend. Bouncer on goal. Booted out by Bouquet.
And a great job there by Bobby Kidd the third, the man with the neon kicks, shutting down that offensive possession for Panther City.
Ryan Keenan off the half wall. He'll have to peel it back. Keenan, goal and 2 assists for him in this game. Had a strong first half, quiet in the second. Dan Lindner now wrong side of the highway, rips it off the post. Madronik with the rebound, ends up shooting it wide. Might actually work in their favor though. They get the shot clock reset. I don't think Madronik knew they got the reset, but it still worked that he missed the goal.
I want to know what Madronik said to Panther City, because they have been all over him every time he's got the ball and they can take a shot at him.
Stretch pass up to Chad Cummings. New Year's resolution, watch less Netflix. Will Malcolm, we didn't get his New Year's resolution, but I think he probably wants 1 or 2 more goals by the time 2022's done. Patrick Dunce, those two will play catch. Donville to the middle, Goche stop. Boudreau has the loose ball.
I think the Rush have to calm it down here. Get your lefties out, get that righty to lefty ball movement. That's where most of your offenses come from. Take a moment here. That last possession, Robert Church basically shot it from Melfort.
Matthews now, room to shoot, over to Dinsdale. Madronik kind of sets a pick. Dinsdale fires and scores! Goal number 99 for Marty, and Saskatchewan doubles their lead.
That could not have come at a bigger time, getting close to his 100th goal. But this is the first time this game, Cody, that Saskatchewan has gone up 3, allowed a goal, and not allowed Panther City back in it. Marty Dinsdale, much like he did in the opening quarter, goes back towards the right shoulder of Damoud, goes over it, and scores a big goal. He had a very similar look in the first half. He'd been quiet for a little. 2nd of the night, 4th of the year, 1 away from triple digits for Marty Dinsdale.
You could see all the blood on Keenan's knee on that shot we had on the bench.
Yeah.
He's battling in this game as it's down for Donville. Bobbled it for a second. Dots out of the corner, perfect pass. pass. Gauthier was in tight as Mallory was on the turf.
Big save there by Bouquet, popping his left shoulder up to get that one. It's a reset for Panther City, but that could have been a momentum gainer for the visitors.
Donville outside look. Grennan whips it wide, and now Mallory scoops up the loose ball, avoids a hit, and he shovels it for Isaac Anjou. Anjou bobbles it though, and he won't get possession. Has to be careful he doesn't take another penalty.
Yeah, he had his arm around for a second, but thankfully shook off quick enough that he didn't go to the sin bin.
Kevin Greniuk, the senior B minor, hands it off for the junior A minor, and Matthew Gauthier stripped by Messenger as Donville. Now Mike Messenger, partial break. Messenger all alone, stopped by Demuth. Demuth throws it up, but it'll be a 3-on-3 at best. And now Malcolm has to spin back. Didn't have much help out there.
No, I'm surprised. That was a bit of a slow change here to get the O on the floor for Panther City.
Dots, cold shoulder to Boudreau. Malcolm throws it back for the Shamrock, and it's picked off by Boudreau. Jake Boudreau now falls to the turf and ends up turning it over as Will Malcolm was waiting on the logo.
Another hard hit. This Panther City club is young, they're physical, and they're going to be a pain in the side for years to come for many teams. Love the way they play, Cody.
To the middle, behind the back, shot goes wide. Opportunity there, and Grennan cuts the lead down to 1.
Grennan, a bit of a forgotten man there on a bit of a broken play. He had all sorts of time to just sit and relax in front. Panther City, again, aggressive on a loose ball, aggressive on the rush defense, creates the turnover, quick pass over to Grennan, who was missed as I think the rush thought that they were going to get it. Man stays open, has a little bit of time, and from that range, it's hard to miss, even against the goaltender of the quality of Alex Bouquet, and they just won't go away like the home fans want them to, Cody.
A squad coached by Tracy Koluski ain't gonna do that. And now Mark Matthews is called for the push. Garland's got to be careful. Not happy with that, but nonetheless, I don't think it's going to be a penalty. It's just going to be a change of possession. Panther City will have the ball down by 1 when we come back. Down the stretch we go in Saskatchewan. Rush lead by 1 on New Year's Eve.
Well, this is normally where we show you tonight's turning point, presented by Fanatics. But I would rather show you this absolute ridiculous save once again by Nick Demuth. On the last day of 2022, we might have the save of 2022. And because all the networks show their highlights of the year shows not again until next December, I think we might have a highlight that'll last all the way through to next December. The Nick Demuth save, just one of the best I've seen at any level.
Well, I think on the far East Coast, it's already 2023. So we'll put it in that pack on saves of the year.
Australia, too.
Caputo, he'll go to work. Panther City down by 1, 4 and change to go. Donville fires, kicked out by Bouquet. Shot clock reset. They'll slow it down. Gauthier for Dots. To the middle, shot got deflected by Messenger. Malcolm's there as well. Still has 15. They don't have to rush anything, and they keep trying to shoot from the outside. Malcolm now, 10 to play with. Malcolm wants to drive, tries to go low on Bouquet, and he hits a shot clock reset.
After about 3 shots from Engelfeld, getting in tight. Maybe closer to Saskatoon or Davidson with the last attempt there.
Gauthier for Dodds, a few meters wide, and Rubish is going to pick up the loose ball.
Now the Rush have to slow it down. They've too many times, they've run down the floor, taken a shot from way outside, and not given themselves a chance to score. They don't have a big lead here. It's a 1-goal lead. They need a goal here to really be able to kind of put this on lock.
Marty Dinsdale, 1 goal away from 100 in his career. Back in Saskatchewan after spending time in Vancouver. Matthews, one arm on his stick, threw it over to Keenan, and Daymud got over there left to right in time.
Matthews using his side to push off the defender and get that pass away.
Brooker Muir pushed back by Boudreau. The youngster on defense in his rookie season, game number 3 of his NLL career. Will Malcolm had taken 36 shots on goal coming into this game, and I bet you he's got another 10 at least in Saskatoon. That goes wide. Jarrett Smith with the rebound. Smith scored his first National League goal in San Diego.
Cody,
as the Rush fell 13-12 in overtime.
You were bang on. 10 shots tonight for Malcolm. Right on the number. Well done.
In front, Mallory's all alone, and it's off the iron.
I think that might have been Daymud's stick. I couldn't tell if it was iron or stick, but either way, he had the twig out in that direction.
125 seconds left to go. You wanted a thriller on New Year's Eve? You got one, NLL fans. Caputo ran over by Kyle Rubish.
Wow, Kyle Rubish not only coming up huge with the hit, but forces him to just throw that ball into the crowd. And now the Rush a chance on offense. Kyle Rubish, one of the best to ever do it. One of the nicest guys. He's so mean on the floor and so nice off of it.
Ryan Keenan with it now. Can Saskatchewan get a little extra cushion? Keenan with it outside. Defender plays him well. Has Daymud dancing. It's up and it's in! Ryan Keenan with his second of the game gives Saskatchewan a 2-goal lead.
The man is leaking from his knee. You can see it. He's limping and he still goes hard to the net. Had a great first half. Obviously shaken up, as you can see the blood on the knee, and Ryan Keenan fearlessly goes to the net and gets the goal after a bit of a wait. As you look at him, he's looking up to go, okay, did that thing go in? We got to be sure, because there's the save and then it goes up and over. Was the crease clear is the only question.
So it goes to an automatic review here. Last couple of minutes, you can see Keenan dive to try avoid the crease, and it's that right foot. Is his right foot touching before the ball is over the line?
His left foot hits it, actually, almost simultaneously here, Cody.
Okay.
If you watch his left foot, he tries to jump into the air. He's wearing white kicks. His left foot is right on the white line, but it's almost simultaneous with the ball coming down. I don't know if this one's going to count, Cody. He gets the shot away. It's going up. It gets popped up. Right arm save. Daymud can't find it. There's the left foot. And that ball is still in the air. I got to say, it's probably going to be no goal here. That's my prediction, because that left foot, he's trying to sprawl out, he's trying to get there, but that ball very much looks like it's still in the air. And if you can read the lips of Robert Church, I can't say it because I like having a job here on TSN, but if you can read the lips of Robert Church there, you can tell what the Rush players happen to think after seeing the replay here in the arena. Referees still taking a look, and they've got all these angles that you nice folks are seeing at home on your computers, on your big screens, whatever you're watching on. So the ball is up. There's that left foot, and I don't think he hops up back. He tries to hop back up. But
they need conclusive evidence here as well, as we'll see what they decide with 1:26 left to go here.
After review, the shooter contacts the crease prior to the ball crossing the goal line. The goal is overturned. Panther City number 2.
And nobody at Saskatchewan's biggest New Year's party enjoys it, but there was a delayed penalty coming. That's what they just announced. That was lost amongst the Boo Birds. Tony Malcolm in the box for a hold for Panther City, meaning with a $1:26 left, Cody, the Rush and their deadly, comically good power play going to work with a 1-goal lead.
4 for 5 on the power play in this game. Quick math, that's 80%. Mark Matthews is on the right. It's a righty strong look. Ryan Keenan's down there as well by the crease. Back to Keenan. Matthews looking in tight. Dinsdale's there. Damoon makes the save, and they're going to chase Littner behind the net. Dinsdale's all over Hossack, and Hossack has the loose ball.
Damoon's coming out too. They're going to go 5-on-5 here as Panther City.
Medeiros with it for Malcolm. Donville's in tight, and he whips it wide. This is going to go over, and Mike Messenger's going to have a break. Nothing but real estate. Mike Messenger walks it in from Martinsville.
All the time in the world, Mike Messenger on that loose ball. Nothing that Panther City could do as they lost, as Malcolm loses the race to beat out the over and back. And Mike Messenger, like you said, he had lots of time to trot on in. He's not going to miss from there. The chance there just misses the net wide, giving Messenger the chance to go for a casual little New Year's Eve stroll, and the Rush are going to be up 2. And they've had dominance on the dot, and we're just picking up. It looks like we had some fans got a little too excited, threw something on the turf there, got that cleaned up. I'm not gonna lie, Cody, for a minute when I saw somebody moving full tilt, I thought we might have had a New Year's Eve streaker, but we don't. SaskTel Center keeps that on lock. Oh, and there's the don't throw anything announcement from in-house guy Gary Nickel.
The NLL post-game live is going to be coming up after this one. Final score from the SaskTel Center and more. Kyle Rubish off the draw gets possession. And now I think that Saskatchewan might have called a timeout on the floor.
It's Panther City from the looks of it.
They pointed towards Holden Garland, so I believe Garland might have called one.
Yeah, they were pointing in a couple different directions, and yeah, our officials are having a chuckle with Holden Garland. Yes, it is a Saskatchewan timeout after a little bit of confusion here, so they'll take some chances here to rest the bodies and try to protect this 1-goal lead.
And what a thriller. New Year's Eve, only game in the NLL. We appreciate everyone joining on TSN.ca, TSN Direct, ESPN Plus, KTX 821 down in Texas, and the Rush Radio Network, of course. It's an absolute thriller, and, well, it's not officially done yet. Saskatchewan got some help from Mike Messenger, gave them a little bit of extra seasoning here, and it makes the remaining 35.3 seconds a little more bearable for Rush Nation.
And I love it with the party we're having post-game. Nobody's left. That's the only thing with this city. It's a real hard building to leave when it's a full barn. Nobody's left. It's loud. We're ready to celebrate. We still got a bunch of time until New Year's is coming here. But it might be full-on party mode if it all goes down. We got a penalty coming up here, too.
It'll be Messenger. Dead ball fell.
Dead ball, yeah. So Evan Messenger from Delta, BC, heading to the box after the call by local guy Marcus Fisher, who's gone from, remember watching him officiate back when the Saskatchewan SWAT Junior Bees were the biggest show in town. Now he's up here in the goal. So as we take a look here at what Messenger did, yeah, that's pretty cut and dry on the Messenger on violence. You can't do that when a guy's accepting the ball from the official. Pretty cut and dry. And Cody, I think that's basically going to mean it's going to be party time in Saskatoon here right away.
Well, they'll hold on to it for the rest of the shot clock, about 10 seconds or so, and probably let it go in the corner as Messenger has it. Well, let Rush Nation count you down. 11-9, Saskatchewan wins.
And if there wasn't going to be a party after a Rush win, I gotta say, Cody,
I think they're actually calling a penalty and putting some extra time back on the clock. So it looks like Messenger is being sent back. They might put about 4 seconds on the clock based on the ref's
up to
hands.
8 seconds back on the clock, Cody.
8 seconds.
Which is funny because this place is just ready. It's like party time now.
And now we'll let Rush Nation count you down. Saskatchewan 2-1.
It is party time in Saskatoon tonight, Cody. 11-9. These nice folks still get a concert to attend. It's going to be a great night in Saskatoon after a Rush W.
Alex Bouquet picks up his second win in green. Panther City put up a fight, but the NLL postgame live is coming up next from Saskatoon. The National Lacrosse League presented by Alterna Savings Credit Union. Visit alterna.ca to discover the credit union difference. By NLLstore.ca, a Fanatics experience, officially licensed everything. And by Guaranteed Rate. Now more than ever, you need the best. The Saskatchewan Rush close out 2022 with a win over Panther City Lacrosse Club. Alex Bouquet ends up making 38 saves in the win. Couple of 6-point performances. Mark Matthews, Robert Church, Ryan Keenan. Well, we thought he had a big goal. Ends up with a 4-point night. And Rush Nation was electric.
Really turned it on in the second half. The faceoffs won. Really turned around here for the Saskatchewan Rush. They were getting beat at the dot through the entire first half, and then come the second half, head coach Jimmy Quinlan told Sabine that, hey, we need to stay on focus, get back on our game plan. Looks like they did it in that second half. The Rush's big boys showed up. Matthews, Church, Keenan, the guys you expect to carry the ball for the Rush did so. Few big saves from Alex Bouquet, and that's going to kick off what's going to be a great party here tonight, Cody. It's probably the easiest time we're going to have getting out of, you know what, if it's party time.
You might as well throw on the glasses, why don't
Let's
you?
go!
I want to ask about Kyle Rubisch, though, because for a guy who was questionable coming into this game, I thought he played a massive role.
I didn't think he looked hurt at all. I mean, he did, and this is a guy that took a direct shot right to the unpadded stomach earlier in this game. He looked shaken, thought he was worried. He comes up with that massive hit that really, to me, that's what sealed this. Panther City, great offensive possession. Kyle Rubisch hits a guy so hard, he throws the ball into the crowd, and the Rush took over from there for the last couple minutes.
Rush and 2022 with a 2-1 record. Happy New Year for myself, Cody Jansen, my broadcast team, John Fraser, Sabina Maud, everyone back at the truck and behind the camera. 2022 was incredible. 2023 is going to be better. For the best game on 2 feet and for everyone in the province of Saskatchewan, Rush win 11-9 to close it out. Happy New Year from the SaskTel Center.
Take a picture.
I'm stuck! Is that a new iPhone?
Yep, I just got the new iPhone 14 with its amazing camera at T-Mobile.
I don't know what to do!
Just head to T-Mobile this holiday and get gifts for the whole family. For a limited time, get 4 iPhone 14s on us and 4 lines of unlimited for $25 a line.
Wow!
Wow is right, and T-Mobile has price lock guarantee. Unlike the other big guys, we guarantee we won't raise the price of your rate plan, ever.
Did you think you could relax? That you'd seen everything there was to see? Or have you realized you can't look away and that the game has never been better? That is hockey.
This time could be up there with the greatest of times, and it starts now. Bucks Raptors and Heat Lakers, Wednesday on ESPN.
What did you expect? Did you think you could relax? Or had you convinced yourself some records were forever? That you'd seen everything there was to see? Or have you realized you can't look away and you don't know the future and that the game has never been better? That is hockey.